I got an interesting one for you here, and this one deals not only with a couple of rules of gun safety, but also the fact that, again, those decisions that we make in split seconds can mean the utmost for our life and the outcome thereof. Today, or this didn't happen today, this was on January 5th at 2 a.m. We have one dead, one hurt in apparent self-defense shooting at Lake Murray condo complex, deputies say. Let's get into it. So we have the Seminole County, Florida sheriffs said a man and a woman were shot inside an apartment complex at Lake Murray early Sunday morning, and the Somali County Sheriff officer said, of course that's where we got to, said that the man, unfortunately later he died, and the woman is expected to make a full recovery. They said that the investigators are working to look it over. No charges to the shooter because I think it is self-defense, but of course this is still ongoing. So investigators said that the shooter told the detectives that he had been involved in an argument with the man inside the residence. And this is, again, where those decisions that you make at any moment can really either cause you tragedy or really help you out. And that's when he tried to leave. So this man actually took the action to get out of the situation. But unfortunately, the other man didn't make the same decision. He decided to follow him. And as he was making it towards his vehicle, the second man, the man following, attacked our guy here. And according to the investigators, he feared for his safety, as you would. I mean, you're heated. Everybody around you and the guy that you're talking to, you've already been in an argument, and you're like, I'm out of here. I'm done. We'll talk later. Of course, these people knew each other. They were in the apartment together. So he fears for his life. He retrieves his firearm, and then he shoots the other man. So the other man, the deputies said they found in the parking lot. He was suffering life-threatening injuries, and they did take him to the hospital, but unfortunately, he did not make it. Now, here is the other interesting point. Of course, in cases of self-defense, that can happen for people around us. And when somebody sees you getting in a fight, they might actually choose to get involved. And unfortunately, the investigator said a woman did get involved, and she was shot in the hand, which is unfortunate. There is that rule of gun safety of, always know what's beyond your target or in front of your target, and this lady's hand was in front of the target, but of course he's being attacked, so I don't know if it's really on us to justify his accidentally hitting her hand when he's just trying to defend his life. When she came out, he's focused on this guy. But that being said, she was trying to break up the fight, and she got shot in the hand, expected to make a full recovery. She was treated on the scene. No necessary worry there as far as her safety. So that's great. Of course, the shooter is talking. They said they know each other. It's isolated, so nothing worries as far as the public. And he is cooperating. He did give his full story to the cops, and they straight up said, hey, this seems like self-defense. And this is actually where I learned about this originally. I always like to try to go find an original source from like when it happened or around when it was happening, from somewhere in the area. When I see because every news program is going to have certain bias, and this one is directly related to concealed carry, so they're going to have positive, in my opinion, a self-defense bias. So this is self-defense shooting outside a Lake Murray condo, leaves one dead. So we have very much the same shooting story. So around 2 a.m. on that January 5th, of course, one man found deceased and a woman with gunshot wounds. Male victim transported to nearby hospital. Fortunately, didn't make it. Lady treated on spot. The man said dispute escalated. He walked to his car. But the cops are currently stating that no charges will be filed at this time. Of course, the evidence is supporting self-defense, but of course, something could come up later on. However, it is still being investigated and names haven't been released. But police currently are going well, this, it smells like self-defense, sounds like self-defense, maybe it is self-defense. So I will keep an eye on this one to see if anything further comes along. Chances are, like many of these cases, it might just disappear into the darkness. That's my main goal with this particular outlet, this channel. I find, like with the Kyle Rittenhouse case and many others, where these stories, they either lies get attached to them, or it's so clear cut that they're just lost, or they have no spotlight like these ones, and they do just get forgotten about. People don't go and later learn that this is self-defense. My goal is to bring a light to those shadows and show that these self-defense cases do happen far more often than the standard media is willing to give it credit. Of course, there's statistics out there that show it, but the media doesn't talk about it. Sometimes a crazy self-defense scenario will happen, and of course it's covered in the media. Sometimes negatively, but if it's too clear-cut, they just can't say no, of course they'll cover it and then never talk about it again. But there's cases like these where they'll kind of allude where it might not be, will be. Thankfully, this one, it seems fairly clear-cut that they can't say no. Whereas other ones that I've covered, it might not seem as clear-cut. So my goal is to bring that light so all of us can look at these and say, hey, is this or is this not self-defense? So that's kind of what I want you to do. Get in those comments. Do you think this is self-defense, or do you think maybe it's not? If in case it is self-defense, or have you been in a similar situation, do you find that this man acted appropriately, leaving the situation and then only going to the firearm when he felt his life was being threatened? Or do you think maybe he should have, like some people would say, ran faster to his car and tried to get out of there? And then as far as this Good Samaritan who got involved, who got shot, what are your thoughts as far as the relationship between the man who accidentally shot her and her? In here, it doesn't sound like anything's going to be coming of that situation as far as legally between the two, at least at the moment. But I'd love to hear what your guys' perspective of what do you think would become of a situation of like this. If you found value in this video, it would do me a huge favor if you could like this video, hit that like button. And if you want to hear more news related to the self-defense in the Second Amendment, please hit that subscribe button. I want to bring a light to that shadow of the media when it comes to self-defense and bring that to everyone's awareness. So my name's Steven with Armed Culture, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.